In these upside-down times, there seem to be two types of people. The ones who are like, when will this pandemic end? It has ruined my life. And the others who are like, this is a great opportunity to reset, slow down, learn and grow. Don't you hate those other people? But those who are in this learn and grow headspace have it way better off, let me tell you. Thinking this way, it can not only boost your well-being, it can also increase how kind you are to other people and how you manage stress, which is something we've all had to do this year more than other years. So as someone who often gets stuck in the loop of, I'm doomed, everything is doomed, how can I become one of them? This is how to shift your mindset so you can not only cope better with whatever is going on in your life right now, I hope you're going okay, but also so we can live a full life beyond what's happening in this moment. If this was Instagram, I'd say you want to thrive, not just survive. But since it's not, I'm guessing your tolerance for motivational quotes is pretty low. This channel is supported by my wonderful patrons. You can join the community over at patreon.com/braincraft. Now, you may have heard of a growth mindset before. It's the belief that our talents and intelligence can be developed and grow through trying, through hard work, with strategies and input from other people. And that setbacks are a necessary part of the learning process. You have to bounce back. On the other end of the spectrum is a fixed mindset, the belief that our intelligence is fixed and no amount of hard work that we do is going to help us. This concept is based on the research of social psychologist Carol Dweck in the late 90s and early 2000s. But since then, growth mindset has become a bit of a buzzword, and because of that, it's been open to misinterpretation. Dweck writes, it's often confused with being flexible or open-minded or with having a positive outlook, and you're also not one mindset or the other. I will defend myself briefly and just say my two types of people intro was really for dramatic effect. Everyone is actually a mixture of fixed and growth mindsets, and that mixture continually evolves with experience. A pure growth mindset doesn't exist, which we have to acknowledge in order to attain the benefits we seek. So at this point, I'm declaring enough background info. How can we actually attain the benefits? How can we shift our mindset along that growth spectrum? The first step to changing is actually knowing that you're able to. So your brain is able to change throughout your life. This is often called neuroplasticity, thinking that our brain is flexible, like a piece of plastic. And it is. Your brain has the ability to modify and adapt both how it works, so its function, and its physical structure, how it's made up. And it can do this in response to perhaps some kind of trauma or just from your life experience, from you training your memory, dancing, or learning a musical instrument. Just remember, your thoughts and actions can alter the strength of connections in your brain. It's pretty cool. Alright, next, find a tiny challenge, because growth can be a nebulous concept, a buzzword so broad you don't really know where to begin. Start with something small, like counting to 20 in another language, improving your tennis serve, perfecting boiled eggs, or understanding one concept in AP Physics, which I promise Physics Girl makes very fun. Make it something new or easy that you want to learn, and in time you can build from this to take on bigger challenges. And then make a plan. Even for a tiny challenge, we need a strategy to make it work. Set a goal, set time to learn or practice, and set a reward. In research, incentives work to encourage students to persist in educational tasks and games. They're important. But the key, and this is probably the most important thing of all, is to think about how you can accept feedback and constructive criticism and learn within these steps. Carol Dweck, remember she's the one who's done a lot of research on this, calls it remaining in the growth zone. That perfect spot where you're challenging yourself, accepting feedback and learning. That is where you truly grow. Now, while hitting the growth zone sounds like something you might hear from a loud American football coach, the benefits don't just stop with you learning and growing. Having a growth mindset can help you deal with stress. Truly. A 2013 study found that when people were led to believe that stress is useful rather than debilitating, their body responded better to a stressful situation. They had lower levels of the stress hormone cortisol compared to people who thought stress was terrible, and they were more open to feedback. Stress can improve our creativity and how we work under pressure if we believe that it is useful. Then it can lead to growth. Everything I've said so far has been based on research, but sometimes I know it's really hard to put research into practice. So a strategy that I like to use when I need a little boost in shifting towards a growth mindset, or I'm just having a bad day and I'm in a bad mood, is phoning a friend. There's always that one person you know who has the most positive outlook on life.
Hello.
Hi, I am filming you so you can be on my YouTube channel.
Well, hello, the internet. How are you?
This is my friend Olga, an entrepreneur from whom you can buy a fun pair of socks or learn everything you need to know about essential oils.
I would say my mindset in one word description is resilient, and I believe in failure.
Have you heard of the term growth mindset before?
Yes.
And fixed mindset?
Fixed is somebody who's not growing?
Yeah, it's like the...
Yes, I guess I've heard about both. But something interesting happened. As soon as the pandemic hit, I've never been more excited. I always say Renaissance era is around the corner. We just have to survive the COVID.
Because we're in the dark ages?
Yes, but I'm actually excited because I always see these hidden opportunities in these dark times.
And this is basically a textbook definition of a growth mindset. People are more likely to try challenging things, to learn from their mistakes, and to build resilience. Now, if at this point, even after that motivational talk from Olga, you were sitting here thinking, I still can't shift my mindset to a growth mindset, that's not me, you would be surprised to learn that maybe it is. People who have a growth mindset are more likely to enjoy lifelong learning and to seek out personal growth opportunities, like watching videos about learning and personal development on YouTube, which is you. I'm talking about you. You're already on the way. You're already shifting towards a growth mindset. Find a tiny challenge to tackle in your life, and that experience can help you navigate the upside down times. Beyond tiny challenges, for me, a big challenge is keeping a small business afloat in 2020 that's based in science and health education. Science and health education is more important than ever, so if you are able to support myself and Braincraft on Patreon, I would super appreciate it. All of my patrons are absolute legends, and every dollar, believe me, helps keep this business afloat. It helps us sail through the sea of knowledge into the vast ocean of truth. But seriously, please follow the link in the top line of the doobly-doo. I don't really do that many shout outs for my Patreon, but it is like the main thing that keeps me alive, other than my heart. I did want to add a postscript to this video that some of Carol Dweck's research has been criticized, which is good in science because it keeps everyone accountable, but it's been criticized for having weak evidence. And to be honest, some of her claims about growth mindset are a lot, like this one. Almost every great true athlete has a growth mindset. And she goes on to name Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods. But really, wouldn't all elite athletes have a growth mindset? Like, why would they keep turning up to training if they don't believe that they can practice and grow and get better and kind of build on their talent? Anyway, this is why I emphasized tiny challenges and small steps, because having a growth mindset might not lead you to the NBA. Just a caveat there, don't want to get your expectations up. But it can lead to improvement in your life with tiny challenges and small changes step by step.